What is up, guys? It's your boy Brennan, aka Drip, back with another deck profile for you guys. Today I have a Mekk-knight Orcust deck profile. Ever since Yugioh was announced, man, everybody, I'm sure, thought of trying to put Mekk-knights and Orcust together. But before I get started into that, I want to say thank you guys so much for the 500 subscriber count. This is my first video since we reached that goal as a family. So I want to say thank you for that. I really appreciate it. This past year and a half we've been on this channel together. It's been an awesome experience, and I look forward to keep making videos for you guys and meeting new people and building relationships with new people and the people who's been here since day one have been supporting me. So thank you for that, and I'm glad that you enjoyed everything along the way, and let's keep making more memories together, guys. So thanks again for that. But back onto this deck. I know I profiled Mekk-knights a few weeks ago. But like I said prior, I've always wanted to try to build a Mekk-knight Orcust deck. Even before Yugioh was announced, or even before he's probably even thought of, when Orcust was a big thing, there's a lot of people who played Go Second Orcust. So to a degree, they kind of gel well together anyways. But I just wanted I wanted to make a list that was mine, pretty much mine. I didn't want to take much from like other people. I mean, obviously it's a deck, so there's going to be some similarities. But this one's a kind of more of a combo heavy version. It can play the slow trap version, which is pretty much what our side deck is. Which the side deck is still kind of incomplete. I'll go ahead and show you guys, but and I'll tell you, you'll obviously see where there's some things that can be moved around for the side deck. But for right now, the side deck is pretty much the way I want it, because it can play first, it can go second, it don't matter. But let's go ahead and get into this video, guys. I won't keep y'all waiting anymore. We can go ahead and get things rolling. To start it out, for the Orcust engine first, we got 3 Yugioh, obviously, 2 Nightmare, 2 Wand, 2 Skeleton, and 1 Brass. I know this is kind of a little bit of a bigger lineup, and I know it's for the most part it's pretty standard outside of the 2 Wand and then the Harp. You'll see more wide shows of run Harp. I mean not Harp, sorry, Brass. The ban list just dropped, which was stupid that we didn't get Harp. Harp was wanting me. Sorry, Brass rather. I know. Don't troll me in the comment section, Jesus. Brass. They do need to bring Harp back on a side note. But anyways, outside of running the Brass and an extra Wand, it's pretty much standard. The reason why you'll see later why I run Brass, but the second Wand, I'm telling you guys, I'm serious. The second Wand comes up. It really, really does. And a lot of y'all are going to be like, well, if you recycle your cards properly, it won't come up. Yes, it will. And the grind game, this is where Orcust thrives. It can grind with the best and outgrind the most. So you want that second Wand. On top of that, we run Mekk-knights, and with Morningstar, it's never bad to have a second World Legacy that you could easily pitch. So this is my lineup, and there's nothing I would change about it. I think it's the perfect lineup, just my opinion. So, but you can do with it as you please. But that's just me. Moving on to the Mekk-knights, pretty standard in this regard. 3 purple, 2, 1. It's the 3-2-1 split. I really want to run yellow. I really do, because I like yellow. It's just the reason why I ran this route is because, one, you see your other utility cards, and these are pretty much the ones you want to see, because once you get your Mekk-knight engine flowing and they're pretty much like cycling in and out, this is pretty much all you need. On top of that, sometimes I kind of want to run the second copy of Indigo, just because he's a level 8, and the fact that sometimes you really want to see him in order to start negating crap with your trap card. Outside of that, he's an 8, and he's an 8. You can hard make ding if you need to sometimes. But this is pretty much all. This is all I run, and then pretty much for like an honorary Mekk-knight card, even though it's a World Legacy card. I run the 1 crown. You don't need Chalice in this build because it's not a pure Mekk-knight deck. This is a really good card because it's an extender. On top of that, it's also a lot of people don't know, it's actually a negate for an extra deck monster effect. So you can, and it's a dark too, which kind of works because once you start your Orcust combo, if you need an extra extender, you just make Galatea, you special summon this to a monster a link zone, a zone a link monster points to, and then you can special this to your Galatea. And then if you need to use this link material, you can. If not, you can keep it on the field as an additional interruption, which is really nice and actually has come up in the past because people forget that effect. And it's the reason why I decided to keep it in here, because it's an extender and it's a negate all in one, so works out. And then for pretty much your other starters, obviously it's a dark deck. It's an Orcust deck, Dark Grepher and Armageddon Knight. I mean, who would have thought? Pretty much, I mean, that's pretty much standard for an Orcust deck or anything like that. I thought about running Scrap Recycler because I saw that guy's video where he talked with Trap Mekk-knight Orcust, and he was running the Scrap Recycler, so you can go into Almirage, which is a really good play because it helps sets up your Mekk-knights. The only reason I opted not to is because Armageddon Knight and Grepher both are warriors, and they're both searchable through Rhoda. So that's the reason why I opted to play them too. Granted, his way is probably what the Recycler is probably better. But I wanted both of them to be searchable. I didn't want a card sitting in my deck and I couldn't search it and I just have to hard draw or draw into it. That's the reason why I opted to play those. So pretty much when you run Rhoda plus your Dark Grepher or Armageddon Knight, you pretty much run in 2 copies of either or. So you're indirectly running 6 starters because your three Gearsu, and then your Dark Grepher plus Rhoda, and then or whatever, 6 starters. So, and then your purples can obviously search too. But on for the hand traps, run 1 Iris, and then 3 Gamma, and then the Brick. I know this is weird for a hand trap lineup. The reason why is because this card is actually really good and highly slept on. Because you can either draw off of it, you can special summon a card out of your hand, or you can draw 2, pop a card from the extra deck, or special summon a monster out of hand. It's really nice. It's really, really good. And I think it's highly slept on. It being a light does not get in the way really that much if you time everything perfectly. I mean, it can. If anything, it just becomes a discard fodder for Dragoon. But we run Gamma because we are running Orchestrated Return, and we want to try to bait the Ash. On top of that, it's Gamma. It hits a lot of stuff outside of hitting hand traps. But yeah, that's it for the monster hand traps. And then I put these guys together because they obviously go together. The Dragoon package, obviously we're running Orcust. Orcust can easily go full combo, then easily make Dragoon with ease. It's too freaking easy, honestly. And then I know this is going to seem really fucking weird, but I'm sorry. But it literally, when I was having consistency issues building this deck to make it like a more combo related deck, but before I made this card to 3, like the deck was not really working. I was trying to find other ways. I didn't want to use Dangers because Dangers are too RNG related, and I don't feel like dealing with that shit. But before I put this card to 3, I was having issues. But when I put this card to 3, it works so good. And that's literally 3 Orchestrated Return. I know, don't click off this video or immediately hit the dislike button. Hear me out, okay? The reason why 3 Orchestrated Return is so good in this build, because I want you to take a look at something. This card doesn't only send Orcust monsters from your hand or field to the graveyard to draw to. It sends World Legacy too. So look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And plus, I don't think we run any. 12. Yeah, we're running 13 World Legacy cards total in our deck. So this, even though we're running 13 World Legacies, you still, I mean, all the only ones that are spells is 2 of them. So you're running 11 Orcust or World Legacies monsters. So the odds of seeing like those cards to be able to send these to draw 2 is very, very high. When you have this card in hand, it can help reset your hand. So that's the reason why I opted to run 3. And ever since I put this card to 3, I've had like my consistency ceiling is like shot through the roof. And then on for like basic generic like negates and help to get stuff engraved. Obviously, droplets. If I had 3, I'd run 3, but I only have 2 that I'm borrowing from Jeremy, so I run 2. If you can't afford this card, run Dark Ruler by all means. But if you have access or the money to buy droplets, then definitely play with droplets, because you literally get to send stuff for free. You get to send your Orcust cards to grave and negate stuff. It's bread and butter. I mean, come on now. Moving on, and one of our World Legacy spells obviously is Succession, because this deck can do Orcust combo, or it can do Mekk-knight combo, or it can do both at the same time if you open Pretty Nutty. And then one God card on this deck. And then this next card, it's going to pretty much tell you why I play Brass and I play Gamma. I know this card went to 2, but I still only want to run it at 1, and that's Emergency Teleport. I might play with it at 2, but when I built this list, this card was still at 1. I don't even know what the heck I would take out. But no, Emergency Teleport's really nice, because if they Ash or Imperm any of your starters, you can just use Emergency Teleport, bring out Gamma, and then link into Hawk, and then Hawk will bring out Brass, and then if you have another Orcust in hand, you go from there. So it works out really well. So it's an awesome extender, and I'm glad I put it in there. Then we got One Reborn. Let me move the stuff over. One Reborn, just for a free extender and just to steal stuff. Obviously, one Rhoda, pretty much our other starter. 1 for 1 to get the Brass and to get our Orcust engraved if we open too many Orcusts. And then one of the most busted field spells in the game says I get to play on your turn and you can't really do shit to stop me. That's it for the spells. And then the traps, obviously 3 Imperm, and we do run 1 secret in the main. For when we go first, we already have it in there. And if you open really nutty, you can go full combo, and you'll have this set plus your Orcust combo with a Dragoon, and it gets really nutty, because you can get a Indigo Eclipse Engrave, pretty much get 2 negates out of this, because you just you get the Indigo Engrave, you activate this, summon the Indigo in whatever zone the monster they're activating, it immediately negates it. Then when they summon another one or whatever, you can just use Indigo to move to that column and negate. So you get 2 negates out of this card, plus your negate with Dragoon and your graveyard shenanigans with your Orcust cards, and just pretty much just take the game over from there. It's really good. I love it. Like, the deck itself is really, really nutty what it can do. Yes, every deck has its issues where it can kind of brick, but I love it. Moving on to the extra deck. We got a lot of links. Link Revo. Only 1 Morningstar. I've never found myself where I needed 2. Definitely in this hybrid build. But yeah, 1 Morningstar. 1 Lib, because she's busted as hell. Still don't understand why they banned the Synchro and then gave us an even better version of her. It's kind of funny, honestly. And then 2 Galatea. I've never found myself needing a 3rd. At least not yet. I haven't. On for the rest of the Link 2s. We got one Hout, for obvious reasons I just mentioned. One Vert, because it dodged the ban list, and we'll probably dodge the next one and won't go away until March, my personal opinion. On to the Link 3s, the most underrated Orcust card I think of all time is Longirsu. It recycles your materials to help you grind more, and it's pretty much a Dingirsu because you can use this, send to the grave, then summon Ding over top of it and send another. So it's free real estate. And then one of the most underrated Mekk-knight cards, and probably my favorite Mekk-knight card, is Spectrum. Card is busted. I love that card. It's good in time. It's good to finish the game up, and it's just overall a really, really good card. I love it. One Unicorn for obvious reasons is a Link 3. And then Link 4 is Ouroboros. And then I opted to put 2 in, 2 Dings. I know I'm a scrub. I have Ulti Galtez, but not Ulti Dings. I'm sorry. I'm honestly been trying to get Ulti Dings for literally, like, since OTS 11 came out. It's a sad day. Sad world. And then 1 Dragoon, and then 1 Omega, because when our opponent hand traps us and we do have the Gamma, we like to punish them even more by ripping another card out of the hand, making them go -2 on hand. Now let me talk a little more about this. I know some of y'all are probably going to be like, bro, where's the IP? Bro, where is the Avermax? You could easily climb into Avermax and get over anything big, and it's just a really good boss card, which it really is. Yes, it's an amazing card. I just felt like I didn't need it. If you wanted to run it, you could run it instead of Spectrum. I just wanted Spectrum in there to help with time if I needed it to, like to help push, and because it can attack directly and stuff. But outside of that, and then when it comes to a Link 2, I always found myself, if I was going into a Link 2, it was either going to be Hulk or Predator Plant. It wasn't going to be anything else. If you don't have access to the Dragoon engine, as in Vert or the Dragoon itself, then just play IP Masquerena. That's literally it. And then if you don't want to run Spectrum, you just swap out Spectrum for Avermax and swap out Vert for IP. But I still think this is the best extra deck. It's every card. I've used every card, and it's just worked perfectly. Ouroboros is like the most underrated card ever. Like, that card is just freaking bananas. But that's pretty much it for the deck, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've worked really hard on this deck and this list. Oh yeah, the side deck. Sorry, I told you guys I'd actually show y'all the side deck. The side deck is pretty much like 90% complete. There's not much. I mean, like, I don't really know what else I could possibly put in there because I like the side deck. I really, really do. Let me see here. Gotta organize it a little bit. I forgot that I said I was going to show you guys, because I normally don't show the side decks anymore because locals people would watch this, but it's all good. Start off with the side deck. I run 3 Trap Trick because the deck plays, like, we can play combo or we can play slow, and it don't matter. Even if we side wrong, the deck can still play good. Like, if we think we're going to go first, but they tell us to go second, we side in traps, it's okay. We'll just play the slow game and outgrind them. And then we got 2 Compulse. Obvious reasons. 1 to banish off Trap Trick, and the other one to set, if not drawing it. And then this is my own little spicy tech. This is my tech because I fucking can't stand backer decks. Funny, right? And I'm talking about, I hate backer decks and I'm playing traps. I know. So degenerate, like, hypocritical. But Eradicator, Epidemic Virus, this card is a normal trap and insearchable through Trap Tricks. My own little sauce set aside to add, because you resolve this on any, like, kind of like backer deck, it's just GG's. And then Dynamiscus. I opted to run Dynamiscus because it's a busted ass normal trap. On top of that, it gives you another body on board to help kind of link with, so it's really cool in that regard too. And then the last trap, Secrets. It's not a normal trap, so it's not searchable through Trap Trick, sadly. But sometimes when you know you want to go first, you don't want any you kind of would love to hard draw this, so you can use it your other stuff to search other World Legacies like Succession to extend further. But that's it for the traps. And then Pank because it's just generic. And then the rest of it's literally just back row hate because I can't stand back row. So pretty much you got your combo stuff right here with Dynamiscus and Compulse. And then obviously your Secret. And then you got your back row hate right here. So you got your Eradicator, and then you got pretty much either or, and then back row. So it's pretty well rounded. The only thing I think I would possibly swap out would be I would potentially like, but I don't own them, or I would do it. If I had like the ability to, I would drop the second Secret potentially, and like possibly, I don't know. You could drop the Pank, or you could drop Twin Twister down and add 2 IDPs. The IDP will be really good because it's searchable through Trap Trick and stuff too, so it's really good in that regard. But outside, I don't have access to IDPs right now, or I would, but that's the only thing I think I would possibly change. Outside of that, I like my side deck and what it can do. It can pretty much take care of almost anything. I know it might seem weird because I'm running a shit ton of traps, but it works because the traps help set up columns for you. On top of that, it'll slow the game down, and it'll catch people off guard if they don't know what you're playing in your side, because they see you playing all these combo cards and stuff in your main deck, and then they won't see you just completely swapping the way your deck plays the game coming into a side deck. Like they won't know. So like pretty much if you steal game one, they're probably going, if they don't know what you're playing at a big locals, they see Mekk-knights, they're going to try to force you to go first, because your odds of opening Gearsu or anything to start is a lot lower than if you go second. Because if you go second and you don't open your starters and you open Mekk-knights, you're pretty much just going to get full combo anyways while breaking your opponent's board slowly. So, but the odds of full combo going first is a lot lower than going second. So pretty much you just side these in, and then you just pretty much they're like fucked because they didn't side nothing for back row. Because unless you have that one person who's a sacky shit and draws the what is it, whatever it is, where they banish your field spell. I can't think of the card right now. Cosmic Cyclone, sorry. And they just Cosmic Cyclone your shit. But outside of that, I mean, you're going to have all these traps to just outgrind them and break their board slowly, and while setting up your columns at the same time. So pretty much it works out. But if you're like at a small locals like me, then it probably wouldn't work out as much. But I still believe in what this deck can do. I've seen it, I've done it. But again, hope you all enjoyed the deck. I love this deck, honestly. It's probably going to be one of the decks I play kind of competitively here on out, outside of my Despia dolls. Because like I told you all in the last video, I've literally fallen in love with Mekk-knights. Like I'm hooked, bro. Like for real. But again, thank you guys so much for the 500 subscribers. Let's keep moving as a family. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, please. A lot of you all are unsubscribed. Like literally, like 60% of you all who's watching the videos are not subscribed. So please, if you're watching the videos, just consider hitting the subscribe button. Get closer to the DDD fam. We're really family oriented around here. Discord and PayPal in the description if you want to come join the Discord and just joke around, have fun, talk Yu-Gi-Oh, meet some new people, and need some advice or something on certain decks or whatever the case may be. We're really, like I said, family oriented down there, so please feel free to join down there and come closer to the DDD fam. But with that being said, guys, hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this video. Hope you all are staying safe out there in the age of COVID, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one, guys. Please stay safe. Drip out. Peace. Good dueling, my guys.